Jeweler, oh,
But we're not
We're
doing
on
that
now.
first, that's just a,
oh, okay.
all right. So, I was gonna do this out of order, but I'll do it in order. We can
Okay.
do the OPM RFP first. This is your third draft, right?
It's the final.
Oh, it's the final draft.
Yeah.
All I gotta work on is dates and we get that figured out.
Okay, so everybody got a chance to look at this, yes?
Sadly, I couldn't
Yes,
believe I
I
read
s-
almost every single.
I know,
I stopped at the,
I sent a couple of
page
changes in,
30.
but I noticed that the point system was not addressed.
No, because I wasn't sure what we're gonna end up doing.
Okay, it's offending my OCD.
Oh, good, I'm glad I'm
Exciting.
offending something on here.
It's a lot to offend me, Chris.
But when I did the number of points required, it was still at 70%. Based upon the total points.
It's not
But if
total.
you want to raise a couple other ones, I don't have a problem.
I mean, if we're not working on a 100-point system, I'm okay with it, but
Did
it just,
we ever say we were gonna work on a 100-point system?
no.
I just assumed we didn't when I counted it.
That's just my OCD.
So at least you have a crew that's helpful.
How many OCD people here?
Oh, so you have to have these minimum. Is that what
No.
the points mean?
No. When you're evaluating the responses,
That's worth,
you're gonna evaluate past performance, you're gonna
Yep.
do thorough knowledge of state building
I
code,
see.
and then you're gonna assign points anywhere from 0
Yeah,
to
okay.
10.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Okay?
I get
And
it.
in order to be considered, you have to get at least a grade of 70.
my other question is,
Yes.
on that first one, past performance, are we splitting the points between A and B, the 10, or?
You can, that's up to you. That's up to whoever's doing the evaluation.
But I think we all need to be on the same page as to what everybody wants to do.
Well, is it just like triple G? You get like 20 points you gotta give for flavor, 10 points for what the plate looks like, so you can give whatever points you want.
I don't know where you're going with this, but now I understand.
Well, because it's 10, 9, we're like, oh, they only had part of this, so they get 6 points.
Right.
Yes. 9 would be there perfect on that.
Yes.
Because like your rubric.
That's,
Yeah, it's a
If
rubric.
you want, you can go to 100. I don't care, 100 points. Do you want to split 5 and 5? Do you want to do 7 and 3? Do you want to do 6 and 4?
Well, can't you just do what you want? As long as it's up to 10 points, so it'd be A and B. Oh, I see what you're saying now, yeah, okay.
yeah.
I'm just looking for transparency factor.
Satisfaction, regulation, satisfaction. Is either one of these more important than the other?
I'd leave it the way it is. Because depending on who you're interviewing, it may be different. So it may be stronger at one end than the other. It's still a collection of the 10 points between A and B.
So-
Someone could be stronger on A than B
Yeah.
and vice versa.
So if
Do you
they,
get what he's saying?
well, I do, but
And they could both still add up to be 10. Or less, much less. So I leave it the way it is.
So as long as one as a whole is the 10, we're not going to split it in A and the B.
That's what he's saying.
That's what I'm making
That's
sure I
what he's saying.
understood.
That's what he's saying.
Okay.
then why won't you put an or there? Like I thought you had to have a little bit of both.
You do.
I
You
would've
can give
assumed-
0 to 1.
I would have, but wouldn't you want somebody that had 0 on one and 10 on another? I wouldn't.
Well, that's your opinion.
Well, no, what I'm saying is if someone had a 10 for documented performance on previous projects, but had a 0 satisfactory working relationship, you don't necessarily know that that would be what we're looking for.
Well, I don't think we'd want anybody to have 0 and B for sure,
Well,
Yeah,
no matter how strong A is, but
I think I would feel comfortable if it was more balanced.
Unless you, I'm trying to figure out, we're going back to the, instead of dividing it to 5 and 5, even though I made my little joke comment about you get 15 points, you only get like 10 points. So if you, let's say, if I'm understanding this correctly, A and B, you discuss with somebody, they do this, but they don't meet B, you don't give them a full 10 points.
Right.
It's
Okay.
10 points for item 1.
So
Yeah.
as a whole.
Yeah,
Right,
so
yes.
you can minus points if they didn't, so it's not, okay.
Maximum of 10.
Yeah, no, that's fine.
I think it looks good. No?
Yeah.
No, I do,
The point system?
no, I like that.
Jim, are you happy with the scope?
Absolutely. I read through this thing, it's done very well.
So now we should be looking at the dates, correct, that we've got in here tentatively? Tentative schedule of the selection process?
That's on page 4 and 5.
Yep. So obviously the 215, that's not gonna, that'll
Well,
have to
it's today.
change.
Yeah,
So, Chris, is that advertising, is that only, is there a specific date during the week that you advertise?
The Central Register only comes out on Wednesdays, all right? And in order to get it in a Central Register, it has to be into them by the Thursday of the week prior.
That's today.
yeah.
Yep.
So that
So the earliest you could advertise would be February 20th.
28.
I think all the dates
Go up 7 days,
Yeah.
are good
Yeah,
respectively, just push everything
a
out.
week, yep.
There's plenty of time in there in between each.
So,
because the time frame's still the same, 3 months, 3 months, 6. It's
So
just,
just push everything out 7, yeah.
well, if we're doing 228,
Leap year, right?
So you're doing
Yeah.
you're doing the walkthrough
36.
1 week after it's been issued.
Right, that's leap year. Yeah, this is a leap year.
This is leap year. So that's 36, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Last day for questions.
Good 13.
No, it would be 10th, wouldn't it?
Oh, yep,
Oh,
sorry,
1, 2,
4
Oh, do you
days.
count the weekends for?
Well, we can send it by email.
Are we doing the mandatory walkthrough on the 28th, or did you say the 3rd? March something?
March 6th?
That was
Thank you.
March 6th.
Thanks.
Well, we don't need to get into that. Chris is just gonna bump everything out for right?
Ken?
Yeah. We'll trust you to put in the dates.
I didn't like the way that came out.
Are you offended now, Chris?
No.
I meant that affectionately. We'll trust you, Chris, to push these dates forward correctly. Bottom line is though,
Yeah.
when is the contract gonna be executed? Is it just a week forward from March 25th?
But
Because everything seems to be a week apart, right?
And then the next one
Why not?
after that would be,
April 1st.
yes. No,
Advertising at 2:15, so it's gonna be 2:22.
Right.
2:22.
that would,
Oh, no,
you're
you
you're
said-
off.
you
No,
said
that's almost 4
28.
days.
You
Yeah.
said it had to be,
No. Well, give me a second.
yeah,
yeah, because that's only,
because I'd have it the Thursday before, I thought you said,
which would be,
today.
no, for next week would be like 22.
28.
Yeah.
3 is 3/6.
Yep,
Mhm.
then.
Then the other one will be, 3/6 will be 3/11.
Okay, then it
Right,
was.
11, 26, then it would be 3/18.
Yep. And then 325. And
Are you gonna interview one
then
Then it'll be
April 1.
4/1, oh, good day, April 1st.
No, we're 4/1.
April 1 for the interview.
then? Sorry.
Mhm.
Okay, then you have
Then I went 3 days after.
April 4. Negotiate with selected respondents, 4/4.
Yep. And then
And
it
then
was
the contract.
Oh,
21, 25, 2 days after that, basically. The Monday after we did.
So the 8th?
5, so-
Yeah, the 8th, 4/8. Unless,
Yep. Do you think that's too ambitious?
Listen, any one of these dates can be amended.
Yeah.
For any reason we need to, as long as everybody is notified. The one main date is for the last questions. And if some things come in, we need clarification, we can amend it, we send it out to those that attended the walkthrough, right? Anybody that signed up. Any piece of this can be amended and recorded and sent back out to them. So,
cool.
contract, we could do it on that date or any other date thereafter.
and if anybody has questions, and you send them answers back to everybody who went to the walkthrough, but you also put them up online, don't you? So if people that go through the walkthrough, they can see the questions that were asked.
The walkthrough should,
Well, we're saying it's a mandatory
Mandatory
walkthrough.
walkthrough, so if they don't
So-
attend, they
They
can't.
can't.
so they have to sign in
Right,
and give us all their contact information.
because otherwise it
So on.
disqualifies them if they don't go.
Right, okay, right. All right, I'm good with those dates,
I'm good. Good.
and then just gotta fix this over here.
No.
Yeah, I know, I'm on top of it.
Oh, my gosh. Responses due for
This one needs to
3/18.
be changed. This one changed.
This is all boilerplate stuff.
Mm.
Yeah, most of it is.
Looks good to me. Any other questions on this, guys?
No, I'm just looking to make sure that those changes got made.
The ones that you suggested?
Yeah, because we needed to take them out. They're just words.
When the, hold on.
I'm talking to.
Well, I think you got them. I didn't see them jump out at me, and they jumped out at me last time.
What were they? Were they paragraphs you wanted deleted?
No, it was MBA and SBA,
Oh,
because it's.
yeah, I saw the school, the
Yeah.
first one had some school references.
Yeah, so I just,
Oh,
we need to get those out.
Yeah.
But they jumped out at me last time.
Well, and that's an easy search and find.
Seeing them, yeah.
Okay, you had it under You had, I think you just highlighted the various sections, right?
Yeah,
I'm not seeing it anywhere.
I didn't see them anywhere either. Yeah, I have to take off my glasses to read things now.
Okay, well, Jen's doing that. Interview, who does the interview?
We decide who do you want to be a subcommittee to interview. So don't have it be a quorum, that way it can be done without posting a meeting.
Is that it?
And five's a quorum for us, right? No, that's
How
different.
many?
Five's a quorum.
Okay.
Okay, well, obviously, you,
Yeah,
You, is you.
you, Mr. Martin.
you, Chris, you, Jim, you wanna be on the subcommittee, because you've done this before? I'll be on the subcommittee.
Kevin would probably like to be on the subcommittee. How many do you need?
You can go with 3, you can go with 4, you don't have to necessarily.
So we're good. Got your subcommittee.
All right.
Or do we need a female representative?
Not-
She's
I-
That's
there.
Lynn, she's
Oh,
on.
Here,
I won't
well,
take-
well, we're at 4, right?
Chris, Jim, Kevin, Lynn.
Yeah, you can take me out.
That's not a choice, so as a chairperson, I'm required to be on the committee.
Oh.
She pulled rank.
All right, so,
Yeah, 4's good. That way you want at least 3.
Yeah.
So if someone can't make it
Make
at a
it,
certain,
Yeah, then you have a,
4's good.
okay,
I think we're gonna be
And
set
and
that.
and it's not like you're voting, you're,
you just
you're,
asking questions and,
your rating.
right. So, and then negotiating with selected respondent, what are you negotiating? What does that actually mean?
Rate, fee.
Oh,
There was a change where you can no longer require them to give you a fee as part of the bid package. So what you have to do is rate them, and then you negotiate their fee afterwards.
and do they know what they got rated? 'Cause do they need to know?
No? No?
Because that could change their fee. Right?
Well, not only could it change their fee, it may change their rating.
yeah.
Because you're gonna select, you don't know how many people are gonna respond.
Right,
But if you choose the top 3 rated,
right,
which means they all qualify,
right.
they meet your qualifications. Some are a little stronger here than there. And then when you, like Chris said, when you go to negotiate fee, even though they may have been the higher rated one, their fee may put them out of the,
Right,
Running.
the running.
right. Right. They don't know what other people's ratings were then.
No.
No.
We don't have, I don't think by law you have to post that. You can do it after the fact.
Well, why would you?
It just helps the company if they wanted to, for them to improve and to get jobs, otherwise it's not really us.
Well, the ratings have no bearing on them applying to another.
No, I just thought, it helped, no, it
No,
helps
but-
them improve themselves as a
Business.
as a business, I
Why?
thought.
Because every time you go in front of one of these, you're a different set of people with a different set of criteria, with
I
a
don't-
different
I
set
don't know.
of ideas of what's important and what isn't.
Okay. I was just thinking,
Oh, yeah, but they might wanna say, I only got 5 points here. What didn't you like about me? Just to improve
If they
themselves.
ask, we could answer.
Yeah, just a question, that's all.
yeah,
Let's
that's
not do
all.
more work
Because
than
I
we
thought
have
you were
to.
getting too many 9s, so I thought I'd give you a 5.
That sounds fair. All right, so RFP's done, it'll be out next week.
Sorry.
Thank
And
you,
you
Mr.
start.
Martin.
What?
I can't.
Nothing, you guys just killed me. I'd rather be smiling, so I'm good.
Okay.
All right, moving on to West Street Building Floor Plan and department placement. So everybody had you didn't get one?
I didn't get one. It's okay.
Well, I'll share mine with you for now. Jim has a huge one right there. And in the middle of the,
Here, I have a blank one so you can play if you'd like.
Aw, thanks, Dale.
I knew I should have brought some more of those.
you know, I was gonna, yeah.
No, I was thinking about it, and then I just got involved with something else.
Well,
You just forgot about me.
Oh,
it's
I'm
all right.
sorry. I have too many people calling me today.
no, I didn't say anything.
I did.
Oh, you did. You have Steve's in front of you? Joe, do you have Steve's in front of you?
This is Steve's?
That's
Yes. So, just to summarize where Steve had everything, he has,
Yeah, I think we need to start with who's going to be managing the building, where he feels, I think we should start with, did you fill something out there?
No. No, I'm gonna be where the principal is. or
Yeah.
Yes.
Principal, nurse. I'm gonna be in the nurse's office.
Right here. That whole section there.
I'm gonna be in the nurse's office.
Right here.
Kathy's gonna be in the principal's office, and Dale is gonna be in the secretary's office going into the principal's
Where Ruth was.
office. Right there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
right,
Right,
Because
and
there's a
you'll be
window
here
right
in
here
Clinic room, right?
that she can address people through a
This
window.
is you?
Yep.
yep,
Then this will be Kathy, the
Right.
assistant town administrator. Then I'm in the clinic.
And this,
The nurse is gonna be our server room,
okay.
okay? That's the way we're planning on doing it.
I just put town administrative.
yeah, I guess, and
Encompass you guys.
Steve can have a town administrator,
No, you just circled
he
it.
circled it, right? Right,
Okay, that's pretty tight there. Is that enough room for you?
Yep. Yep. When you actually walk it, there is a lot of room in those rooms.
So-
She's gonna be tight.
who's
So-
she?
Dale.
Dale.
Yeah.
That is a
Well,
tiny
so,
room.
'Cause that's a tough, that's a small
well, so
area.
why are we pushing it,
How many copies of that do you have there?
push it back to the
4.
teacher's room?
Should we put one on the, to review? Like if someone looks up this way instead of,
Are there any tax?
yeah.
Magnets?
I have a couple
would
magnets
tack it
here
on.
and then I have some packs. What would you like?
So, nurse,
Chris, why would, I think the server room is good here because it's centralized, right?
Mhm.
So you're gonna be running whatever.
So I figure that'll be the server room, basically the telephone equipment room, all that stuff. So that when Comcast or somebody has to come in and work on it, they just go into one little area.
Why wouldn't we utilize, make this part of this?
This
Should I
is
put more in
a
the middle?
concrete wall.
I just realized I'm not in
We're
the
not
middle.
taking walls down.
Right,
Why-
so if he wants his own separate office,
Why wouldn't, Chris, why wouldn't you keep this as your office?
Right,
Keep
there. My glasses.
a conference room area? You still-
You can make the teacher's room a conference room.
what is, okay, on the thing that we have, it says wait, where it says nurse.
It's a waiting area for the kids. That's the clinic room.
that's this room here.
Yeah, that's what it says nurse.
Okay,
It says nurse.
so that's where they wait, and then the nurse
With
is
Stina,
clinic there.
and then she has like 2 areas separated by a half wall with lights. I think she's probably had cots in
Yeah,
there.
they were individual
Yeah.
cots.
So, and Chris, that's where you are currently,
I'm gonna be there.
here, nurse?
The weight room is gonna be my server room,
Get a little closer, Janice.
Okay, I
okay?
said know it.
It's gonna have my telephone and all my
How big,
network
that room's
equipment.
166 square
It's
feet
decent size.
versus, what is, I can't read what the reception area says for footage.
3.5.
Yeah. I
It's
didn't,
more than 3.5 square feet,
Yeah, it is.
it is very tiny though.
maybe 30.5.
This,
I would say that room
Maybe
is,
13?
this room
that
right
room's
here.
a desk length. I know a desk fits from wall to door, like a
Yeah.
standard desk.
And that's basically about it.
And
And then I
then,
think there's a little shelf on the
yeah,
back wall.
but you could stretch your arms
Well,
out
we
from front to back and
we can
touch.
walk it again if you want.
Yeah, I think we should because, Chris,
I'd probably push you back.
This may be way too big for a server room.
I might put a
If-
secretary,
If
Dale
you,
there,
if you
yeah.
put either Dale or Kathy, that position here, this opens up more room for
Whoever has that front.
whoever has that front.
Why don't you want the principal's office?
It's too small.
for what he needs.
Because what happens now, and where I'm at, is Dale and Kathy are at the top of the stairs. People just blow right by
Right.
when they see my door open,
Right,
Yeah.
okay? And they ignore them when they say, no, you gotta wait. So if I'm sitting in the principal's office, they're gonna look and see me sitting there.
Oh, no, you don't want to hear, I'm thinking you
I-
here.
Oh,
I'm
you're,
almost thinking these might be large enough for server rooms.
That's not, but that's not, that's open space. It only has a half wall.
yeah.
But if you have a lot of equipment in there too, don't you want an area to circulate the air so it's not get overheated in
Equipment is
there?
a lot different than it used to be.
Oh, okay.
It's all,
But we can throw an AC unit in there.
so I would agree in general, this block here somehow
Yeah,
to
we have to
be,
reconfigure it,
to,
yeah.
to accommodate what you're saying somehow or other.
Right.
I agree
Yeah.
with that.
that's what I had as well.
I wanna make sure you've got enough room if you're the main greeter,
Right.
and then,
All right,
and
so
I know
that,
you and Kathy converse a lot when you're,
Yep.
you know, the adjacency is important.
There's a window between this office and this office right here.
right,
As well as a window here for her to see people
Yeah,
coming
but
in.
this is, I think that wall is actually an easily removed one.
Yeah, I don't think it's a supporting wall.
I think it's a temporary wall.
Yeah.
So that you could either push that back to still create two, or take that down,
Yeah.
so they have
Well-
one big area.
yeah,
We're gonna be looking at like systems furniture,
Mm.
so the walls are panels, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I would cue this space off.
Yep.
For,
Administration.
Yeah.
I'm just calling administration.
Yeah,
So you're going all up to the teachers' room,
Teachers'
right?
room.
Yep.
And then the psych room is next?
oh,
Yeah,
going
right
that
on there.
direction?
That's up the stairs.
That's up the stairs.
That's the
Oh,
top of the
okay.
teacher's room is the last room on that level.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
so let's head northwest down the corridor here.
Okay.
How do you see that, Chris?
Wait, where are you going? Which way are you
I
going?
left that vacant for the time being.
Going into the
Down.
first grade, kindergarten wing.
Because I was going down this one,
hence Steve's.
okay?
So you're going.
I was gonna group together finance, okay, and permitting. So I'm sitting there and saying, we can do building commissioner, planning conservation, board of health. Because that way, if we want, they can come in through the back door, not track dirt and mud through the whole building.
Well, I
This
just
has a
put
door
them
here
up
too,
here
though.
at the front, and that has a door there too. Wouldn't it
Well,
make
I'm just saying, okay, I do that. And then I put finance together. Assessor, tax collector, treasurer accountant. Because they only need a half a room. Here, I could put town clerk.
Okay,
What-
where would you put the seniors?
Yeah, where's the senior center going here?
Senior center, I was throwing over in this section a little bit, or in that bottom section that's on the other one.
I mean, for me, I think it would make more sense to have the seniors down here, especially if we're gonna have the kitchen.
Yeah, that's right.
I agree with that.
And put as many of our town offices as we can put in
Together.
one
And
wing.
this one.
In that way.
So we're
That we
literally
can
one
lock
stop
it down.
shopping, you can
Yeah.
lock it down if you need to for
Well,
meetings.
the other thing is, if for some reason we don't get to renovate all this area here completely, I've been leaning towards this,
Same.
I've been
The town
mine
offices
here.
and that.
Yeah.
and this over
At the
here
base
for
of the
seniors.
stairs.
So-
Yeah.
So there's no stairs being used by the seniors.
Right.
Right, well, they'd have to for the bathrooms. Unless they're coming all the way over here, because the only bathrooms are at the top of the stairs in this wing.
But coming all the way over there is not too much of it in the
No,
activity room or the
it's literally
cafeteria.
just here, but this boys' bathroom is at the very end of the hall. So if we're
It's kind of a
having,
weird
Well, why would we have
to
a-
begin with there, isn't it?
But,
Yeah,
but
it's-
the girls, first of all, it wouldn't be girls and boys, it would just be unisex bathrooms, so why, there's a girls' bathroom right there.
there is,
So that could be,
in that case, turn that into showers.
We do want to create one
And then
room
we
and
can
shower,
have- and then
so
we
for
can
for
have
emergency
an
management.
emergency manage,
Correct.
turn that into a shower room, turn that into a unisex.
But why would you want that
bathroom.
one down there for, like a shower room down there, if those are offices? Or
Right.
you're doing it open for
That's
shelter,
true.
you don't want
Right.
it down there.
Right.
This one here?
Actually, I was
Yeah.
thinking
Or this
here
one
for
here.
showers.
No, because if we're gonna hold town
You
meetings.
need those bathrooms, they're
Oh,
closest.
okay, yes, okay.
And then these two are
Yeah.
single bathrooms right here.
Across from the gym, is that where you're at?
No,
No.
We're at the
on
auditorium.
Auditorium.
either side of the
Oh,
old
okay.
library, they're single bathrooms.
The activities room is the gym.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yes.
so. See, my thought process, you know how this right here is the locker room for?
Yep.
This is where I actually put the town clerk, so she can lock her,
Stuff in that room.
her stuff in this room.
Yeah.
And then this
There's a
also,
bathroom in there too, right?
Yeah,
that-
you can
Those
re-
are bathrooms.
yeah, but you can remove the bathroom and cap it.
Yep.
Oh, no, she would want her own private bathroom.
And those are tiny, they're this
She
big,
would want her own.
this big.
They're very close to the floor. You'd be kneeling down to the floor.
No, I'm just saying, she would
And
want her
then-
own bathroom.
This one here, I thought the tax collector, because she also has a locker room to lock things in as a tax collector.
And the assessor right next to it. Put
And,
them in, they can go in the same, couldn't
Do they need all that space though?
tax
Is the
well,
question.
when I looked at the numbers,
Yeah, they wanted more than that.
the tax collector wanted more than the 875 square feet.
Numbers.
So did the
Oh,
yeah.
clerk.
But
And then
where,
the clerk did as well, but her, she just needed more because
The
of storage of
storage.
her signs and everything else, which we can put somewhere else. So that's
Yeah.
not what she needs in her office itself.
but
Yes, I'm listening.
we have to create one room
Yes?
that is fireproof.
Well, first of all,
No,
town clerk
because
wanted
the-
1,500.
Because the town clerk's records and the tax records probably have to be secured and fireproof.
Well,
Okay.
that's why these are all cemented already. This is all brick, what's the word I'm looking for?
But that's not big enough, I think, for both.
No, she had, he's right.
You mean one for this one and one for that one?
I don't think they're gonna be big enough.
I think the clerk probably needs both those rooms.
Well, where she keeps your stuff now?
Upstairs.
Upstairs in that black thing, right? Oh, no,
No,
upstairs,
she-
upstairs?
Upstairs, she has it, she has the wall cabinet.
Yep.
That she keeps records in.
Correct,
That is lockable.
right.
Then she has stored
Upstairs.
boxes upstairs and
Mhm.
boxes in the cellar,
Yeah.
in the safe downstairs.
I mean,
Would it
she's
make
asking for
sense
1,500
to
square
give her the
feet.
two here, the two end ones, one that's got that cubby,
Yep.
locker room
Yep.
area technically, and then one that doesn't.
Mm-hmm.
So that's gonna give her about 15, 16.
That'll give her just over 16,
Those two rooms.
Right, because the first room isn't nearly enough, it's only 500 square feet.
875 and 837.
This room right here,
So they're
I've
almost
never seen
1,700.
used for anything.
Which room?
That's a boiler room?
Yeah, that's why you're
It's
saying,
actually not a room.
yeah,
Well,
I didn't
it
think
is
so.
below.
It is below, that's why it threw me off when I looked at this plan. I said, oh, that's the
actually, I was
boiler.
looking at that, okay.
It's just the stairway.
Yeah, okay, because I said
So,
the same thing, that's the boiler room, so.
911 square feet, 875 square feet, and 937 square feet are those three rooms.
Is it 9 or is it 8 on that last one?
Last one is 937.
No.
So that would give her more than she was looking for.
Well,
Because 911 wasn't that much off from what she was asking for.
1,500.
Oh, she was asking for 15. Oh, that's why I'm saying, I wanted to ask if that's including her storage of her signs
Yes,
and everything
yes.
else.
Yeah.
So, the thing is there's storage in the gymnasium that they used to use for gym equipment that you could put your signs and everything else
But you may wanna keep
that
that
locks.
For the,
for stuff for after-school activities,
Yeah.
like.
or for senior activities.
Activities, they can store equipment.
That's why I gave him this room.
That's why you what?
I gave him another
Because we're
room.
talking about doing
Yeah.
after school shoot, free shoot for
Yep.
basketball.
Yep.
We're talking pickleball courts, we're talking about other type of things, so
Okay.
we want area to store things in.
Yeah, there's a closet on either side, but you need them because they're not large.
Right,
Well, because I was just thinking, because the thought of, to when we do our voting, storage of machines, and they can be locked, and I know those can be locked,
Yeah.
that's why I was thinking
but
of
you
that.
can do that here, because if you do the voting in the auditorium, you've got storage, I believe, up here on both sides, aren't they?
No, not
No.
really.
No, that just goes into the stage.
Yeah, they're just, it's a little hallway.
Yeah,
that
that's
goes
all
up
it
to the
is.
stage. There's no
So-
storage there.
Why couldn't they put the storage in the room, like, that we said we could put, kids in if their parents wanted like a babysitter while they came and voted or went to a town meeting? Aren't those 2 rooms off the auditorium?
Well, we need those for town meeting,
One of these was,
Yeah.
for overflow,
wasn't one of these a room that we wouldn't be able to occupy?
No, that got changed.
right?
I know, but wasn't one of
We're,
them one of
we're
those?
removing all the asbestos,
I know we are.
but why wouldn't we be able to occupy one of those rooms? No, I'm just trying to think.
No, I'm saying, I thought one of these was, in which case we would have, if we hadn't done the full remediation, we would have been able to use that for storage, so why can't we just keep that as the normal plan? Do we need all, because we only need 2 overflow rooms, basically. I don't think we would ever have more need than 2 overflows for a town meeting.
What's the seating capacity of that auditorium? I think that's the question.
I don't know. I can't be,
I don't know how to calculate that.
I mean, 700 is East Meadow, and that's because it has pull-out, yeah.
What did we-
Bleachers.
What did we have for seating when we had the tent? Because I would say
Different, it's
this,
different. The
I would
square
say this
footage
is
is
about
different
half
based
of
on
the
the-
tent.
So we also had 6 feet apart chairs. You can't go with that. I can't imagine that
The
auditorium
the
will hold
designer's
300,
gonna
Chris.
determine that.
What?
The designer's gonna determine
Yeah.
that by code because of egress.
So,
Yeah. I'm just trying
It'll
to
be
look it up.
considered, it'll be considered a place of assembly
so maybe,
without sprinkler, or with sprinkler.
With sprinklers.
I like the idea of putting all the offices on one wing and shutting it off, but if we can't figure out how to give Kathy the storage that she needs over in this wing, because she has to be near her storage, right? She has to be able to get to it.
We'll continue on.
Let's not get into the weeds too much. Let's think about it from a higher level here. Wouldn't we want all the daytime offices, everything that's open during the day,
In one spot.
In
in
one
one
spot.
location?
Yes.
Yes,
So this makes the most sense to me.
same.
I agree.
I agree,
This makes sense to me to give up for the Council on Aging.
I agree.
And then, if for some reason, certain things absorb our budget more than we think they are going to, than we anticipated, then we can go back to using these, planning, conservation, all the other, at night. That's when they're open. And if for some reason we don't get to this, we go back to shared, planning shares with conservation, Board of Health, and what,
And there's still larger spaces.
So we'll see, Board of Health is a daytime operation too.
So we're,
Yeah, I also have one on this side
which
too.
should be on this side.
Right.
I would think.
Yeah, I had.
so
Board
on
of
that
Health
side's gonna be
next
assessor, map out who we'll put on that side, town clerk, treasurer,
Treasurer accountant can share the same.
to the- Yeah, that's how I had it.
I had them sharing a room as well.
The
Because
middle
we don't
room
need
there?
that much space.
So they don't need that much space, so.
And it,
Again,
It's
if we're
dividable.
putting systems furniture in here,
We make that into 2, maybe 3.
you can squeeze quite a bit in there and panel it off so that they still have their,
Privacy.
Privacy and soundproof and.
okay, well,
so,
tax collector and town clerk,
Would the tax collector and the assessor's office, would those go better together?
No,
No?
but they should be close by.
or across the
Because
hall.
one issues the bills and abatements and so on and so forth, so they should be near the,
Right, that's why I was thinking putting them in the same.
Could you do
Well,
a
that'd
room
be
and a
two-
half for the clerk
that's
and the other half for
1,700,
assessors? Does she need, could she?
That's
Give her
1,700
just
square
a
feet,
half a room?
or 500 and 1,200.
I think she could get by with a half of them.
So why couldn't you do that? Like Kathy get 1.5 of that room on the end, and then the other half for the assessor's office, right, for those 2 rooms?
Mm-hmm.
And then across from the clerk, the tax collector.
Right, that's a whole room and,
Yep,
room and a half almost.
yep, and then I put treasurer and accountant in the next one, that middle
Yep.
one.
Yep.
And Board of Health next to that one.
See, at some point in the future, you're probably gonna combine the treasurer and tax collector positions. You're gonna make it a collector treasurer position. but that's where it's going in a lot of communities.
Well, I
So-
guess, but for now, we have separate, so we have to figure out.
But I'm just saying, but at some point you do that, and you're probably gonna have to plan for a human resource officer.
But we definitely need to plan for that.
If you think about where they're at now,
Mm-hmm.
the assessor's office and
Collector,
the collector,
they're side by side.
they're side by side.
Right.
Right.
And they were, even when we go back to Kellogg, they were side by side.
Yeah, I would try to, I think we need to walk that building again. If you can keep all the daytime, you can keep the annex building and the COA offices in here.
You won't get the COA in there, though.
No, he's
No,
talking about the guy
The-
upstairs.
The offices,
Oh.
your office.
Oh,
He's not talking about downstairs.
Gotcha.
If we can do that, then we've met a huge objective. Anything beyond that is a plus, other than the council on aging, which between this
They're
and
not gonna,
this,
they're not gonna be satisfied with 2 rooms, I'm gonna tell you that much right now.
Yeah.
well,
they-
if they
Well,
get
we-
this, and this.
Yep.
Why are they getting the cafeteria?
What's that?
Why are they getting the full cafeteria?
Well, they'll utilize it for, between here and here, whether it's their aerobics or any of the classes and things they hold.
Yeah, but they're gonna need a room for
They're
nurse-
looking for a room for the toenail clipping. They're looking
nurses.
for a room for their yarn people. They're looking
Library
for
clothes.
their library, their pantry, their clothing. They have that down there.
I
So
actually.
the exercise room, a multi-purpose room,
Do we need a cafeteria that's as large as the one that's in there now? Couldn't we just divide that?
we could, but don't forget,
But
that
see, it would be nice if in the cafeteria you could create what a lot of other COAs have, which is a cafe.
Yeah,
In the afternoon where, they would have coffee and sandwiches and things of that nature.
right, but we're still, I mean, even if we were to take a fourth of it for their pantry.
But I'm just saying, I don't have a problem giving some of it up to them, but I can't see giving them the whole cafeteria. That's an awfully big.
Oh, I don't know, I
Also
think the
have-
cafeteria should be for the use of everybody.
but you have the director, the assistant director, and one of the opposite there, don't you?
Outreach, you got outreach.
Well,
It's
so
no
then-
assistant director, it's the activities,
Activities,
you got
yeah.
activities, you've got outreach, and you've got the director.
Right, so
And
you,
maybe at some point a clerk.
So we take one, but we take the classroom at the top of the stairs for
Well, that's
their
what I'm saying,
offices.
you're gonna have to go. a
That's
little
We'll
what
bit
have to go
further.
up, but I
Right.
think for the
That's what I
majority of
did.
it needs to be down. Those seniors need to be
That-
down.
That's what I
Yeah.
did.
The
I gave the
offices
offices up
The
here.
offices
Yes.
can be up.
And then I said this for them to divide up between their doctor's appointments, whatever clippings, and this one could divide up into where their clothing goes, and then you can have food
Yep.
on one side, and you can still divide, because it's still a pretty good room where you can still divide up the sections.
yep,
Of storage.
That's a sink in CR1, right? That's a sink
that
there.
is the
This is the old-
music,
Music room,
That's
they-
the
this
art-
has a
the
sink,
art-
this has a sink.
Yeah.
So the art would be a good room for
They
toenail
both have
clippings.
sinks.
Because the woman who does the clippings needs to be near the sink.
Actually,
Right.
every classroom has a sink.
Yeah,
Really?
Every classroom has a sink.
Wow.
so,
and then, I know I liked this one because they could do the private with the food, and they don't have to come in through the main area when they're,
Does
one
that
of the
show the
questions they
dimensions
had.
on that, on that
Yes.
this
plan?
little thing,
it's
You
how
just
it's
work.
private
If
for
you can
them to
read it.
have food. Yes. For-
I
Under
should
bags
have
and stuff we
brought
talked
the
about, yes.
original.
My eyes are so
Yeah.
bad, I'm like, oh, can't read that.
770 square feet.
yeah, that cafeteria is 3,500 square feet. Steve has it split in half as part of the senior center and then a cafeteria. Because
They can do their aerobics in the gym.
yeah.
Well, yeah,
Their
that's what the
aerobics and their
activities
line
room is
dancing
for.
and-
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're helping
Well, and
them
you
to
guys
balance
need
all
a
that
place,
stuff.
a break room to eat, so the cafeteria's gotta stay at least half.
That's what I'm saying, yes.
I agree. And there's also the outside, when it's nice.
The courtyard?
The
Yeah,
courtyard.
that's gonna be great for them, I think.
That's gonna need a little bit of landscaping, but yeah.
Uh-huh.
They
No,
can
that
do a
would work
garden
out.
in there.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they can create activities for the seniors, but activities for the seniors do a gardening. You see what I did there?
750, 770,
Where are you looking? Oh, I see, yep.
up the,
West Street,
Up
Yeah.
the
West Street
tops.
wing,
up the West Street line.
yep.
That's a lot of space for, you could put,
You could divide that room into 4. Well, half at least.
yes, you could put 4 offices in there
Yeah.
easily.
Yeah, it was the size of my house before. Yeah.
Excuse me.
I mean, the director's probably gonna want a difference, you know, a closed-in, but everybody else could be in systems furniture out there.
Yeah,
I keep saying systems for modular furniture.
yeah, I knew, it. Yeah.
And still have plenty of room.
I guess what's hard, we don't really know what the seniors really want for their rooms. I mean, we can say, this whole section is you, how do you want
How
it
do you
divided?
want?
Yeah.
No, but they wanted this whole section to themselves.
But they can't.
No, I'm just saying, they came up one day and they said they wanted that whole section for council on aging.
That, it's not feasible for
Um,
usage of a whole
Unfortunately,
town.
it's not feasible for our town. It
That's what I'm
is
saying, it's for
other
our
towns,
town.
Well, I
but
mean-
not
I
for-
mean-
They don't need that
mean-
kind of space.
Because that's a heck of a lot of room. How much space is that when you add all those up?
The West Street one?
911, 911, 875.
925,
Like
928.
6,000
It's
at most.
between their 6 to 6,800.
Yeah.
Well, that's,
they were
that's what they were asking for,
Oh.
because the 2 floors of 10 is that footage.
And
Yeah,
they
but they
have-
never used the second.
Yeah, but that's the exact footage, because I looked it up just to see where they got their numbers. And I'm like, that's the complete square footage of the building itself.
That's not feasible.
I guess we have to find out what they really want.
Well, call them into your next meeting.
But no, before we do that, I wanna walk that building
Yeah.
again.
Yeah.
And actually lay it out in,
In real time?
in terms of,
So next meeting, we'll start it off by walking the building.
Do we want to wait till the next meeting?
It will be in the next week and a half, 2
Okay.
weeks. We're having bi-weekly meetings now, so.
should wait till Kevin's back too.
The question I have, you know how this one here, you have the small room here, yours doesn't have that
This
divided
isn't-
room?
What's it?
You see what I mean? How this one is like right there?
Where are you looking?
That psych room?
Yeah. Is that the
Oh,
same?
that's the top of the stairs. This,
Oh, up here, yeah, right here.
It's been
So,
split in
it's
half.
been, yeah, a wall
Okay,
was
so this one doesn't
added
have it
here.
on there, that's what threw me off a little bit?
Correct, a wall was added here
Okay. Oh, no, I was just asking.
to form an office when they needed it for a
And keep
behavioral.
in mind, we talk about these rooms. We said we're not doing major demolition, we're not doing major construction.
Right.
But adding a sheet rock wall is not a big deal if we have to do it to separate.
To separate
Yeah.
something into,
A room.
Yeah, it's
To make it
it
two.
doesn't even have to go to, all it has to go is to the ceiling.
right.
It doesn't have to go above it.
Right.
Thinking my other job.
These, what do we got here? 15.
What, you looking for square footage of this room? Isn't that like?
Count the tiles.
20
That's what he was
by,
doing.
20 by 60? I don't know.
I suck at math.
No, it's longer than 16, I think.
Kind of cross.
This room is 300 square feet, so these rooms are more than twice
Yeah,
this.
yeah,
Size of this, yeah.
yeah.
Some are 3 times the size.
Whoa.
So think about that.
These rooms
as
are
far as-
twice.
As far, what's that? These rooms are twice the size of this room.
Which is good,
And-
because 753.
I know, it says that, but I can't.
2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 15 feet this way, and 16, 17, 18, 20 feet. So it's,
See,
they're
not bad.
it's 15 by 20. It's
It's
300
16.
square feet. And these are 700, so it's more than, these rooms are more than
Double.
twice.
Than this room here.
It's a lot of square footage in one of those rooms to be, just to say, you could put all their offices
Mm.
in one of these. If you took this room for one office
Mm-hmm.
for the director, and took the other
And
half,
split between the two.
and took the other half of this room and split it between the other two,
The
staff.
activities director and the,
Yeah, and you'd have room for storage in there too, because that would satisfy that, this would satisfy any storage, the other room, half that room would satisfy any storage they would probably need.
Yeah, but where are they gonna do their activities?
Right.
the gym.
The activity's gotta go either in the gym or the
Cafeteria.
part of the
Yeah.
cafeteria.
Unless we take one of those upper, that
Right.
first classroom on the top as their
Yeah, we don't want
office.
them going up the stairs, we wanna keep
No,
everything.
no, I
No,
know
no, no,
this.
the
I mean
office,
administration, not
administration
seats.
But if they have to deal with their constituents, whatever, you don't want them going up
They
the
come
stairs.
down, they come down.
Accessibility issues.
Yeah,
Well, I mean, it's got,
It's still gonna be an
this has the
accessibility issue.
lift right here.
Because I don't know if we can use lifts anymore.
You
Stair
keep-
lifts.
you keep them here,
I know.
that's too
I
big.
read a note in the design phase that said the stair lifts don't meet code. You would have to do a vertical lift. I'll show you, come to the office and I'll show you.
I'm not disbelieving you, I'm just in
Well, you're giving me
awe.
like, you look like you are,
No, it's the, seriously, look, not
Yes.
you, just at the
yes,
Well-
provision.
yes.
Well,
I guess we have to find out still really more how much space they actually need and for what, because everybody can't be on this bottom floor. I don't think.
No, you have to divide everything in half.
no,
It's just-
all your boards, and committees would have to be up in here somewhere, and it may end up being shared space if we don't complete the complete building. We'll know more once we get into the RFQ or RFP process, and we start getting some numbers back.
Well, because I added people up here on this side. And I
Where it
kept
says
this
site,
open.
speech, and
Yeah, because
She's up by the
Yeah.
auditorium.
I picked what my thought process was, because you gave me also a list to say like G-CAM and other things that have to be in there in the future. The ramp,
G
For-
does not have to be in there.
oh, I thought you gave me a list.
They
That's
want an office,
Oh, okay.
but
so
they
then-
don't have to be.
Okay, so the thought process, if it's possible,
right?
and I was gonna put them over here, because you got the door here with the ramp for their equipment. And they have a closet here where they can store, it's actually a pretty good sized closet, and you can store their equipment there. And then my other thought
Where are
was,
they at now?
Hmm?
Where are they at now?
They're at Bill Porter's old place, where
Right,
Marion
next to
built the
Kinslow.
garage behind it.
Yep.
and then this one here, I was splitting, because that's why I was asking for the split. Because the veterans need an office, but it's not a big one, so this, I already gave them the smaller one, and I gave conservation the bigger side.
Wow.
Of this
Let me tell you
thing
something,
here.
conservation meets how often?
Once a month.
And Zoom.
They can share a space with, like they've been doing with planning.
Okay. No, because that works great, because I didn't know where to put planning.
Speech, where it says speech.
Yes,
You agree with-
and that's why I was gonna put that one, but that
Same-
works good.
Same thing with the Board of Health, they don't need a space. Administratively, they do over here for the day-to-day operations,
But for meeting,
but for meetings and stuff, we should be sharing space.
For meetings, you can go into the auditorium, you can go in the
Yeah,
cafeteria.
if you've got a big hearing or something like
Yeah,
that, yes.
yeah.
But for your typical business,
But you can all go up on the platform. We have a table
Right.
set up with 5 chairs on the
go
platform.
up on the stage.
Yeah,
there's plenty of room, that's it.
Yeah, because having those meetings in that small space was not very,
cost of both.
very much, I was in the corner.
Well, they put you in the corner, huh?
They did.
Nobody.
Well,
I was gonna make my comment of that, like they put baby in the corner. I was the baby of the group.
But if we're sharing that, that leaves us a whole window
Yeah.
here empty.
Yeah,
For the teen
Temporarily.
center.
And again,
and that's what I was
even if,
thinking.
even if we were to, unless it's a hearing or something, planning and conservation, if they met the same night, which we don't, but
But mainly the room is only for file storage. That's all it really is, you
Yeah.
need for both of them, the storage of their files.
Mm.
so that we can access them when we're, yeah, that's.
That's right.
Are we going on the assumption that Jeremy and his crew will have the
But that's what I did.
downstairs space?
I gave them the whole entire basement.
I don't know what he wants to do at this point in time. I thought about that at one point, but then I thought about,
Because that's more storage if he doesn't
Keep.
take that area.
but I thought maybe keep Carnegie and let him operate out of there.
Right next to the other building he's got.
Oh, right.
He may not need the upstairs,
Right.
but he could use the
But
basement.
that's a spare meeting room for whenever.
Correct. Yeah. I think for the time being, if we focus on
Jen,
this.
can you move that,
Sit down, put it right on top. If we focus right now on this area,
Yeah,
I think so too.
as far
where's
as
the
far
building
as,
inspector in all this?
Well, I put him down here, but he'll be anywhere in this from
I
what you
put
guys
him
described.
at an area where there's a door to come in, to allow the contractors to come in and not track dirt all over the place.
That's why I put him on the end here.
That's the biggest concern I have.
Yeah, yeah.
Because they come in from downstairs and they track
Is
dirt
there a door
and
at the
mud.
end?
Yeah, there's a door
Oh,
right
right
here.
there.
There's a
Just
ramp
never was
there, too,
used.
I
There's a
think.
ramp.
Yes.
So, cause remember you told me you want something for all inspections so that everybody and I didn't know if you technically meant the whole wing.
It's not inspections, it's permitting.
But I meant permitting, anything for
All the
permitting.
permitting people should be together.
Well, cause see, that's why I put the Board of Health here, and then the building inspector here, and then the town assessor here. Hey, I gotta put my glasses on. Sorry. And then I took the accountant and the treasurer all in one room, and then I had a whole empty room.
Building inspector needs a big room.
Has anybody,
He only said he wanted
Yeah, he said how small he wanted it.
120 square feet.
no, he didn't really say, we were trying to figure out what he needed because of the space that they were in
But
now.
you
Oh,
look
okay.
at that space there, their cabinets, he's squished
On top
in
one
there.
of
Yeah,
the-
He really
exactly.
doesn't have a place to look at plans, he
That's right.
should have
It's
a,
true.
he should have a map drawer.
It's
or a
true.
map
You're right,
cabinet.
because he's got them all over that table.
That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree.
So I'm saying he really needs more space.
at the risk of starting an uproar, have we considered if the superintendent of schools?
No, not at this point.
Right. If there's space in the end,
Yeah, put building commissioner up in that corner, but if we're not doing.
that's what
this-
I was thinking.
Yeah, we're
The
trying
inspector?
to keep them down, yeah,
Yeah, because they get day traffic coming and going.
right.
And as far as,
And he will be day, because we are looking at hiring a full-timer.
which I think we should.
Yes, well, finding an applicant.
No, like, that helps.
Yeah,
What did you say?
we finally got an applicant.
So
Well,
this,
yeah.
either of these rooms has its own entrance.
Right.
That entrance goes to both of these rooms, and then this comes into the hallway.
Yeah, but I wouldn't have
Is that
anybody
room
enter into
unusable?
here
I
anyways.
don't
This
think
would
that-
be emergency. My thought is, emergency only, and everybody would have to come in.
Most of the doors are
It
gonna
this way.
remain locked. in the
Yeah.
building.
You want only one in and out, pretty much.
Yes.
Actually, what I'm thinking about doing, if we can afford it, create a fob system that the employees will each have a fob and the fob will open the door electronically.
Should have a
That's
fob.
smart, that way you can track who's where, who's in
When
the building
too.
at any given
Yeah, when they're
time.
coming in.
Um,
But yeah,
Well, if you're going on that, then
Yeah.
that's the only reason why I put him down here.
So we could bump the other ones down.
Let's do a walkthrough. There's a lot of room there. It's a
Mm.
big wing.
doesn't look it on paper, but it is.
It's a big,
Yeah.
those are big rooms.
So that was just my,
Yeah,
We're gonna have
and
to have Jeremy on lock, because I think that's where some of our record storage is right now, and the.
Yeah, 'cause we had
and
to
the
do
mar-
access
and the
lock, we
marijuana-
can't get into it.
And the marijuana seizure stuff, is I think across the hall from it.
needless to say, I think most of us are all on the same page and basically, I said most.
A majority.
When I take exams, I underline most, or if they say all, I
And
didn't
since this
say
is
all.
a democracy, I'm gonna take a vote on it. Okay, well, next meeting, we'll
Yeah.
walk the building and then we'll go through each of the departments one by one and have a rough idea of where they're gonna be.
And so then after that, we
The
can have
senior
them come in
center
and
is
say what, like, one at a time.
Yeah.
Have them come in and say what they want or what they
What,
wish list.
what'd you say?
I said, so after we do the walkthrough at the next meeting, after that, the next meeting, we can invite like one department at a time to come in and let us know what they're looking for. Not necessarily what they're gonna get, but
Yeah.
what they would like.
Yeah,
In the meantime, I'll see if I can get this put on a CAD,
Mm.
and then we can actually have it, we can actually populate it
Yeah,
with furniture and manipulate it.
Oh, that'd be cool.
yeah.
See if I can
You have to do it.
let me see
She
if,
teach me how.
let me see if I can pull a favor somewhere and see if I can't get this.
Oh, good, my wife drafted one from the computer, I was doing my own.
That's neat, right?
huh,
Then they'll be able to see it
I was doing
better.
it by hand.
And I said, forget it, I just colored.
Just colored it.
How I change it.
Mm.
Rich, let me see yours. You can just pass
Well,
it,
this is good, because I've been,
sitting.
yeah.
A lot of people don't, it's hard to visualize how that's gonna look until you see it, you actually put it up on a screen somewhere.
Okay, so I think we've kind of figured that out for now.
All right, moving on.
Thank you.
Any other business before we do the minutes? Any other new business that we need to discuss? I don't think so. All right, did everybody have a chance to read the minutes?
No, because I just got it.
Why is that?
I don't know. You have to tell me, Miss Madam Secretary.
They were sent out like 3 weeks ago, were they not?
Yes, because that's how I figured out what my square footage was.
That yours.
This one's mine.
For each
Yours
room.
is- should be in this pile. Yeah, these two are mine. But I'll give you mine for you if you'd like.
See, I wasn't going crazy.
I
Right
gave
right
copies
here.
for minutes,
You're right.
or I gave Lynn
I
copies.
gotta find them.
You have
have
somewhere.
it.
Because
That were,
Yeah.
I'm like, I'm feeling
encroaching on his
Whatever,
space.
nothing.
Where's this? So take a second
Second.
to read them.
I thought we already had approval.
Any changes?
No.
I wasn't here, so I'll be abstaining.
I'll make a motion to approve the meeting minutes from January 23rd.
I'll second.
it.
Blah.
All in favor?
Ayes.
I'll make a motion to adjourn.
No, we're
Oh,
not
no.
ready to adjourn yet.
No.
Oh, no, we got a few
We got
things
And
still.
two more things.
Just so you
Oh,
know, for
yeah.
the potential green communities email that we got, you guys, I did forward an email to the select board, of which Rich got back to me and said, I saw this, got it. So they know that we took it under advisement, and that's where we are.
Okay.
All right. Oil tank update. Old business. Any updates, Chris, from, I know when we last talked, Massey came in, they put the new tank inside, right? Two tanks inside. What about outside? Anything going on there?
Yeah, I finally got a hold of Western Mass Environmental. We didn't have a signed contract, so they sent that to me today, signed it. Now they're gonna start contacting the EPA to get a number to remove it.
Oh, okay.
Oh, that's awesome. We got back here today.
So that estimate,
Estimate's still good, 14.9.
and that's what they signed.
That's what I signed.
Yeah.
That's what they sent, that's what he signed.
That's what I signed, 14.9.
Okay,
Sound good?
and so they're doing what, they're getting,
Getting in touch with the EPA to get an assigned number for the tank removal.
what does an assigned number mean?
So
You
they can
know when
watch
you
it.
go around, you see DEP numbers?
Yeah,
Oh.
When you build too.
That's
they
a
do
number so that they can track
Where-
that project.
yeah. And then you get a card, and you
Sometimes,
dispose of it, and then the card gets stored, so they know that it was removed. Because they used to come to the fire station, go, where's the card? They'd be like,
Gotcha.
All right, so they need the card for the removal process to start it. How long does that take, you know?
Guy's supposed to get in touch
Does-
with us.
yeah.
So,
Tomorrow or Monday.
work should be starting the next week or so.
I'm not
Pending
gonna say,
on
I'm
ground.
not gonna say next week.
pending
so.
on ground.
Plus, it all depends what else they got going on.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what else they have going on, so.
All right,
But when
But that's good news.
But when they do start, it shouldn't take that long when they start the process. It shouldn't take that long.
Because I am asking them to let me know, because I
What's
think we're gonna
the-
need a
They-
tweak
they
to
should.
keep the onlookers out.
Yeah.
When they're pulling that tank out. Because I'm hearing a lot of people saying, yeah, I wanna go watch.
Hmm?
No, I don't want,
Well, that's a liability issue.
Right.
I
Yeah,
don't
it's
want a lot of
huge
gawkers
liability.
around there.
So you want,
And I'll work with Kevin regarding that, okay, make sure we have police presence.
And the only person who's supposed to be there is the inspector
Now what?
from fire, when the tank's removed.
Excuse me, you're saying that me as the owner can't be there?
No, I said additionally, you didn't hear that part?
No, you said he's the only one who can be there.
no,
Additional,
an additional person needs to be there, she said.
I said that part. I
can
expect
back
you
it
to
up.
be there.
Come on, Mitch. you wanna
Okay,
go
great.
walk.
Number 2, virtual video of West Street building. So last,
At this point in time, I would prefer not to honor his request.
why is that? Or does anybody want to
I
debate?
don't have a good feeling over any photos or video being taken of its current condition not being released prior to when we feel it should be released.
Well, I think we can dictate that, is what he said.
But if someone else has those pictures, they can do whatever they want, regardless what they
'Cause he
say.
says-
Not if we have a contract with them.
'Cause he
I mean,
says
they
he
can
owns
do
them,
whatever
we
they
own-
want
Yeah.
with the ramifications of,
And what are you gonna do?
Well, I think it's premature to make a decision on that right now.
Mm.
Once we get rolling, maybe, but to have someone go in there, you gotta get all your contractors to sign off on that. Every individual that could be potentially filmed while they're in there working needs to sign off on it.
I didn't get the impression that he would do that while people are working. I thought he would just take various pictures of the building during the process. So in the beginning,
So when
this
would
is
he
what
do
the
it?
building
So I
looked
mean
like.
after hours?
And then 2 months after, when the next first phase of construction began, he goes back in and videotapes
I
that.
don't want anybody in the building when construction starts, to be honest with you.
My thought was when we have to clean it out anyways, like, the storage or all our storage stuff, we have to unlock and clean all the rooms, basically get the clutter out to start the construction stuff. I thought he would go in at that point, and then the workers would come in and peel and take everything off.
What clutter is in there?
Like the storage you have locked up
What
in
they
that
could
room
do
there,
The
that's what I'm talking about.
stuff that's being stored from the police station over there.
I believe they're looking at doing an auction at some point.
Okay.
That's what I'm talking about, that stuff.
We'd have to talk to the police chief, and I believe that's what the issue is.
Because we still have all that equipment over there, don't we?
So the bottom line is, well, we have 1 no and 1 wait. Too
Yeah, we don't have to
premature.
make a decision on that now. It's too early to bring anybody in anyhow.
I like the table, again, the virtual, video idea. I like to table it again.
Well, at least for when we get closer
Mm-hmm,
and everyone's here.
mm-hmm.
Okay.
Now you can adjourn.
Motion to adjourn?
I make a motion to adjourn.
Second.
Seconds.
All right. 5:45.